Aloha gang, this is the 2016 training tape number 3 and we're going to discuss illegal contact on receivers who are no longer a potential blocker, which is somewhat of a rare occurrence at the high school level, but because it's legal in college and it's not legal in high school, we're going to cover the definition of the rule. Alright, so let's go to our rule book 9-2-3D. A defensive player shall not contact an eligible receiver who's no longer a potential blocker. The example is that A1 sprints from the line, then cuts sharply toward the middle, makes no attempt to block. B1 pursues him, pushes A1 from the side with the open hands, contact's made on the upper arm before the pass is thrown, and A1 is moving away from B1. The ruling is this is illegal use of hands. A defender may not legally contact an eligible receiver beyond the neutral zone before a pass is in flight unless he is warding off an opponent who is attempting to block him. If the receiver is not attempting to block or has gone past or is moving away, it's illegal for the defender to use his hands in a manner described. In this situation, it's clear that A1 is no longer a potential blocker on B1, so it is a foul for illegal use of hands, whether the pass is thrown or not. Play number 1 is a perfect example of this situation in the casebook. Okay, so as we open up, we've got the offensive player who's in the slot. This is slightly after the snap in white, the defensive player in yellow. The offensive player goes downfield about 2 to 3 yards and cuts in, and the defender picks him off. That's a perfect example of what is referred to as illegal contact. And as we back this back up, we can see that this is the back judge's key initially, but because we've got receivers crossing in the middle, the back judge can pick up both of these guys for blocks. You've got quarterback who's looking at this section of the field. That's his primary receiver, and the back judge should be able to look right through that, see that he's a primary receiver. By philosophy, if he is, that's an illegal contact foul whether the ball is thrown or not, because it pulled the quarterback off of that, resulting in a sack. Now, unfortunately, the inequity in the National Federation rule is this is still a running play. So the enforcement spot is from where that quarterback was sacked and not the previous spot. Here's one look from the end zone. You can see the crossing receiver is not looking at the defender. He is just running a route. He's not a potential blocker. This contact by the defender is illegal contact, but it's not an illegal blindside block because he had his head up, his head to the side, and he initiated contacts with open hands. Play number 2 is illegal contact, but by philosophy we're not going to call it. Offense in white, defense in yellow. Number 3 receiver is the back judge's key, so he's going to follow that guy until he's no longer in danger or the play is obviously going somewhere else. So as this receiver comes out, he turns away from the defender, no longer a potential blocker. The defender comes up and makes contact with him. The quarterback throws to another area of the field without having to check off. So as we see the contact being made, the quarterback's already committed. The back judge should be able to anticipate this, check the quarterback very quickly, either just before or after contact, see that the play is already committed somewhere else, and by philosophy, this is a no call. And correctly a no call in this game. Number 45 in white, he is the guy that creates the block. Right here you can see the block. It is not an illegal blindside block. It is illegal contact by rule, but by philosophy it's a no call because it is not a personal foul, away from the point of attack, and has no impact on the play. Alright gang, that's it for this one. Hopefully that is a helpful subject. Even though it does not come up very often in our game, it's something that we need to be aware of. Good luck this year.